Hey y'all, it's Natalie, and it's time for another Cherry Challenges, the series that I do with my friends Nicole and Jessica and Sarah. And this month we're all choosing whatever challenge we want from the Cherry message boards, and I chose Deanna's Make the Cut challenge. And I've never done this before, and it was so fun. I showed you right there. I'm going to do the winter photos of Lachlan, and I'm going through what I have left of the Doodlebug Snow Much Fun collection from last year. But those on the post-it right there, are the measurements in inches of the paper. So she gives you the sizes of the papers that you have to cut, and you have to use those, and you have to use solid cardstock as your background. And then you're good. So you can't really add more cardstock. So I'm going to say I didn't. I added this cut file, but I'm pretty sure Deanna's example had a doily, so I feel like that was pretty similar, so I think that's allowed. And I didn't even cut it myself. As you can see, it came prepackaged. So I'm trying to pick which papers I would like to use, and then I'm measuring things because I want to use like this cut apart with all these strips across, but I have to see which strips can go together and fit into one of those 2 by 7 1/4 or 2.5 by 8. And then these, I really kind of wanted to use those, but they're all 3 inches, so that doesn't fit any of the criteria, so I couldn't use those. But I make it work. But then I realized when I was editing this video that I don't even let you see which papers I pick until quite a ways through. But I'm showing you, I'm using this lovely Brutus Monroe Polar bright blue embossing powder. And I'm just embossing it onto this plain white cardstock. I'm going to use this as my alpha. So I'm going to die cut a couple different alphas for my title out of this beautiful blue. So here I am heating it up, melting it up, and this is my first layer. And I'm thinking, oh, the white kind of comes through and maybe it'll look a little like snow. Maybe I'll just keep it at 1 layer. And then I will tell you every single time that I think that I'm going to only do 1 layer of embossing and then I do the second layer, I'm always happy I did it. That second layer just adds the oomph. It adds everything to it. Look at all that satisfying melty goodness. This was beautiful. I'd never used Brutus Monroe embossing powder before, and I am impressed. It was very lovely, very nice. Look at that color, very beautiful. So I did take that purple periwinkle solid cardstock, and I attached it to a white border, and I did sew around the edges to add a little bit of interest since it's just we have a solid cardstock as the background. So you can see I chose this as my biggest piece, the 5.5 by 8. A lovely little snowflake. And then we have the other 2 cuts, and I was able to cut down one of those strip papers, and then I used that striped one, which was the opposite side of those like tall strips that I was trying to make work that just didn't fit. And I'm going to tuck them just so with the cut file, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay across all of my alphas that I cut out with that heat embossed paper. So it's Snow Day Supporter. It was just a cute picture of Lachlan on a snow day, and he is a big supporter of snow days, big snow day guy. So I thought that was a fun. You can see I also thought about using the term zero chill, because we're constantly telling Lachlan that he has zero chill, but I feel like there's a story to go along with that, and that's for another day. So I'm just. Oh, I roughed up the edges. Did you see the dimension that added? Just super rough edges. Adds so much fun dimension. I thought about sewing, but I didn't need to. I just did that. Cleared it all off to add my favorite white linen spray by Delusions. Obviously, I'm going to use that. It looks like snow. I use it when it's not supposed to look like snow as well. And then I'm going to put it all over the papers as well and on my alphas. So that's what I'm doing here. And then it was very late, and so I went to bed. So I just let all that dry naturally. And you can see here, it is dry. And I know the camera angle is kind of wonky here, so I am going to fix it in a minute. But you get the gist. So we have our snowy background. We have dimension with the edges lifted up. We have dimension with the edges of all the papers roughed up. And I am loving how this came together. And I definitely think I'm going to participate in Deanna's challenge again. She does this a lot. And the concept of just like you giving me the paper sizes and me doing whatever I want with them is so fun. At first I was like, oh, I don't know about this, but it worked. I had a really good time with this. There you go. I fixed the camera angle. I decided that I need to use my Nuva adhesive to stick down this cut file. This is a pre-cut cut file that came from Not Just for Boys Cut Club quite a while ago. And I tucked the paper in like that. you can see I'm using my new Nuvo adhesive. So I finally graduated to the big bottle. I finally emptied out that other bottle. And I just kind of layered up those 2 little photos of Lockie. Heath was like throwing snow up above the camera as I was taking these photos. So they're kind of a little blurry, got like little snowballs in the camera angle, which is kind of fun. So now I'm going through the die cut ephemera pack that I have from the Snow Much Fun collection. And it has all these beautiful doodly little snowflakes, and they're so cute. So I'm going to stick them down just a little bit so that I can lift up the edges. So I'm going to place them around the page behind the photos, behind the papers, and then lift them up for even more dimension. I was just feeling the dimension on this layout, apparently. It's time to commit, so I'm going to stick down all of my alphas. See, those ones on the top I did with the Juliet Alpha die from Pink Fresh Studio, and then the supporter is cut with the new Honeybee dies that are called Be Playful from Honeybee Stamps, I think is the whole company name. And I adore them. I love them so much. I've used them already on like 3 layouts, and I just got them this week. So you can see I'm kind of sticking down the alphas and also, you know, layering the die cuts underneath those. And I pulled out that little tag that says winter, and it has 2 sides, but I ended up just cutting it because I wasn't going to show the other side. And then I also just had like a little bit of a branding strip laying off to the side that went with this collection of those hearts. So I ended up sticking those 2 things together and putting them off to the side, just like an extra little tabby. And yeah, like I said before, this is a hop that I do, or a little series I do with my friends. So I'm going to link their videos down below, and I've seen all of their layouts, and they did different challenges from me today, and they are all so amazing. There I go, adding more dimension with some foam tape. So I stuck that up with some foam tape, and I'm going to put a few more snowflakes around the page with some foam tape. But like I said, I'm going to link below to Sarah and Jessica and Nicole's videos, and please go check them out. I'm also going to link to the message board and Deanna's inspiration and her challenge, and you can play along too. Anybody is welcome to come play along on the message boards, and they're really fun. And a lot of times people put up contests, and you can like win store credit and things like that. So that's really sweet. Yeah, and again, you might end up making a page that you necessarily wouldn't have otherwise made, like this. I don't know that I would have gotten here without her inspiration for the cuts. So I'm going to finish it off by sprinkling around these little clear jewels, and then I'll just go behind and stick them down where they land. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Check down below for my affiliate links as well. I'm going to get off because I can no longer speak. Bye, y'all.